I want to miss was there you to be a or one or can I want to miss this and wire. That's me to the Samida Bauyatem say, on your hand, on your mutual pants. What do you mean, Sokasa Simon?
You, the MPP followers, you are so stupid.
What did I tell you and Jimun? Now, what dear, can you tell and you are young for a bray? Why are you Papa Kufo? Yatina to one.
Now, or catch us, Kevin Taylor. Time and MPP were power no dear term. Yes, not be dear term because the Padudu no more MPP more woman, no more Jimmy.
Mahama, oh, you die. Mutanity, Mahama, oh, you die.
Makwasia bi metena TV so nka se ye nkwara no mugu TikTok no ye nkwara no e wona bo so ye kwasia o ye wo no ho
awusia enu so Kevin Taylor adato bia to media no so atoto bia mane na anu ada MPP for demonstration omo ye democracy attack no enu na Kevin Taylor abetoto bia mane ema MPP panyifo bebrenya omo de the flag bearer of MPP Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Mawumia ne de okika nsem bia to aso video ho a bebo e de ache ma watie de okan abusia nya yize aha e ya bedom Ghana TV mesre say na your first time abe subscribe no like it. Share no business enya bi ntwa we atwa wadwen for good comment section ho ye beba na be kan e de ma medin e de cross and die suman kase abusia afai nsem no munchiremu ni na no da na MPP for aye demonstration democracy under attack no mo ye demonstration afa on say Ghana man panyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama cheche MPP for bra moka kwa no ache omo no ebi mo ga say Kevin Taylor de sa ntokwa no anasa atemdie o social ni media so ba enti wo mo nche no ana o ka se da bi eya na bu mu ka se ana Kevin Taylor di mpanyimfo atam Kevin Taylor ka se sebe na dan ba ku faru na shuwa te se o di nkofo bebre atam ana before binum keka ana yanche Kevin Taylor no mu di atam o demonstration na video nim na no de respond aba masa nkofo ni na
Maja ya da ba machi o mu di di atam e ba yu ase nyamo na mo ye first da bia mu di atam yanche mu ntum na mo die Kevin Taylor ni oye wa yen krofo bebre wa ye Papa Kufo ya china tumwana na mo be tie krofo agotu ya bramo nya ni omo kan yetie nya ni omo kanu ani yetie de mo be ka bi ya nya ka mo di twa ye tu ye betwa mo ye betwa
Mahama, oh, you die. Mutanity, Mahama, oh, you die. Mutanity, Mahama, oh, you die. Oh, you die.
Brother Kevin Taylor. Ono chi abroche na want me was there you to be a. O so no keka na mbware na atete. I want me say na mbware. Atimi di Samida Bauyatem say oni oyanhwe oni mutumu pants. What do you mean Sokasa kwasasem no? Yet ye nwa na say men say. Obi yira wada na so. Obobo naked ano so ya chen. Otimu baga na ha eme ya nchene da. Ende MPP ni abayo kasa ni ya chen. MPP ni na mokra no boy kwa na chen no. No nanga sa kwa watch eno mo aha o se ni pa. O se ba onya nti e ba tse you to na mo watch social media. Amaya mo say mo to aba. Mama manga se man smucho. America President Mahama de ko say come match me na to mu ya fraud.
I just one video no and nam so Emma Kevin Taylor about life no be responding to obi ama obi enya ne de the real Kevin Taylor say super MPP mpanyimfo no
You know, 99.99%. In fact, all of them, they threatened the President of the Republic. And he said, Obiti radio so, Obiti TV so. Now, our catcher say, Kevin Taylor, time and MPP were power no dear term. Yes, na me dear term because the Padudu no more MPP more woman, no more Jimmy. Yes. Let me say this again. Kevin Taylor, time and I could for the president, no, Baumia, vice president, na odim penifo na tem. Yes, na me di o matem. If you say na emudu do ne Jimmy. But did I threaten to kill Kufuado? No. Did I threaten Mahamudu Baumia the Joker? No. What I did was I criticized them and I criticized them hard. The words I used, you might not like it, but it was never a crime. Time my MPP what power. Me muso biya ko jina court to say Kevin Taylor has threatened me. The closest we saw was Kennedy Japan said me defame into about American courts. And the Krobedu in America for say Sebio in Sana Wokan Kanyanse man can free Ghana ma. That's the closest Kennedy Japan got. But you know, defamation and threat in Ghana, a chargeable offense. I'll be to my kodem. We need to know the difference between way diatem, attending a moral thing. ateni a moral thing. Ebia wo de na yetete wo fia a Christopher wom. Yetete wo efia enkremofo na wom. Wo de o upbringing nche se o se obi etia wo kon so omia wo hwe akora eni se oka asemi atia no na okun. It is moral thing. Wo na why you say so obi ya de na nya obeka se sebi odi wo ye na nye. He says obeka se de wo ye na ejimi no. It is your thing. So morally, if I choose to insult somebody, it does not make me somebody who has committed a crime. But if you decide to say you threaten the life of another person, per the Constitution of Ghana, so you can go on social media, you can go on Facebook, you can criticize the president, you can criticize the ministers constructively. If a minister is silly, tell him he's silly. But if you say this minister, also with them because you have crossed that line. Enti mo nkora na mudi MPP echi no. Obi ka kire mo say, ai na Kevin Taylor ye say no busa ne say, de Kevin Taylor ye no. Say de Kevin Taylor ye na o gina so de aka de o ye ade no onye bi. Because the issue here is so the MPP vo echi na ende wo hwe me. Now we catch them say, yes, Kevin Taylor, a coup for the Tesla dinatem and so. But send abaya ba. Now abana catch us say, a 10-year crown, you are 10 year a extreme. O crosses the line a bet chua. Actually, wait, Jimmy, and I'll cross the line. And I would like to tell this government, anybody who threatens the president, threatens any Ghanaian, that person should be arrested, prosecuted, jailed. If the president and this government, in fact, the institutions that have been given the mandate to do that, they fail, we will come after you because it is very important. If you want to criticize, you can. If you want to say somebody is acting foolish, you can do that. But for you to go to the extent of threatening lives, if anybody, and I want to say to this government, Jimmy Nibi obe threatening president, ne yire ne ba minister, every single person. Jimmy Nibia obetna social media. And I'm saying this to the Ghana Police Service, the CID department, every agency that has been mandated to make sure that crime is not committed. Say obiti Ghana. Na say oyena adwene say he or she is going to do what? Is going to threaten the life of the president, threaten the life of a minister, a member of parliament, any individual who is a Ghanaian, that person needs to be arrested. Massa. Nobody should sit in Ghana and say, Mikochi obi a yebeka sabano, cheno, Jåil no. So, omuye 50 ya, chiomo, de Jåil omo. Because if the government fails to do that, what we are going to do is, we are going to make sure the government pays for it. I am not going to sit here and entertain any foolish boy or girl who thinks that because of politics in tea or but threaten. I don't threaten people. Morally, if you think media temunti, it is your problem, it is not my problem. Because Oba Ghana, you only pay omu wi preku. Omu yeden, omu wi nenchie. You only pay so omu wi nenchie e Ghana, but omu wi preku. So a choices, a moral choice. Because I disagree. The laws of Ghana does not make it a crime. But so if you disagree with Obi or your Ghana President Penyini, now say over threaten the life the government are buying and show ni Jåil 15 years. You the MPP followers, you are so stupid. Now let's read this. Jåil. And I know why I'm doing this because Jåil. Now, when you read this document, this is Ghana Mra. Makwasiya bi metena TV so nka say ye nkwara no mugu TikTok no ye nkwara no e wona bo so ye kwasiya o ye wo no ho ye nkwara no de echichi omo me say wo ye kwasiya ye wo no ho wa ba okro mu da onimu maame asem a wo ka no busansa ade no no onka say wo se Kevin Taylor de atema ade na kadensa ade no no so ndi atemim nante asem na wo ka na ono ka se koso kan ka densa okotena TV so a onka na okawia na onhwe bebi obegina kwasiafo. Now, in Ghana, threatening another person with death is specifically a criminal offense. Ghana mranu ne say oya den o threaten obi life say ube kuna also kodem a criminal offense. In Kofono Mugu prison, 99% of them, they did what? They threatened the life of the president's wife. Abaning ya bonibia, police in ya bonibia, rebuilding, no, resetting, no. O reset your maya, dear nipebi ya enya, emo mano, sebione ewo sa time no. O reset no kwasebia diatem, and I sebi or threaten obi life, also dem, emran kind of clearly. Now, when you go for it, says this, it is dealt with under the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29, rather than primarily under the Constitution. Inti ewamrada wa sa o threaten obi so obekuna e wo so wo kogine fiachi ne ye jelu. Inti from ende, anybody who threatens a Ghanaian, whether the president, whether the vice, whether anybody, obikro only to me no. So you Ghana ni na utina TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, den. At certain obi lives obi kuna na obi kuna. I will say ye Jåil, and I totally wholeheartedly do what support it, and we will all make sure it happens. Moya sibi and the TikTok are you clean? Moya sina Facebook are you clean? And the monje sibi information mo ham. Di nyina say obakwasia Jåil in order. Now, I'm coming. What the law says, Embrana dia neka, make a chow, oh, yeah, near choy, but Jåil, he, yan on Facebook, TikTok, oh, can't say me now what to be a better report on your chow. Yeah, and normal. Yeah, internet snitches. Yan, yes, and Namo, yeah, oh, can't be being with what to be a better chow, yeah, bet you, ube dem. Yeah, you're here, you are the internet snitches. Yeah, yes, a police dog. Yeah, cheers, yes, sniffers, yeah, who's our twabia. Hey, Mokofano Mokov, Abufunu, and Brandon, I make catch on. Wega, a show too. Quasia for Munimunansa. Yan, son of Padia Papaya to near the idea, sense of the chair, no, any and TikTok, Facebook, near him. Oh, yes, so better to be alive as I can count. You have been called. Mudamu Pamon try here. Yabecho, Bomodam. Paragraph 3, and I quote, a person, now, what the law says, Section 75 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29 provides, and I quote, a person who threatens any other person with death, with intent to put that other person in fear of death, commit a second-degree felony. End of quote. You see, Ghana Nibia Sebio Obakacho Nyoku Ghana Nisa wo mekum wo de me fa kwan bi so krampo a meyiwa firi ho te se wa adwiri mu no kura no tumi ka se de meya wo no wo sa nipa no or se ye chew if you say the Criminal Offence Act 1960 no is stating out clearly wey enye degree na ohia to understand ochina o threaten obi o Facebook, TikTok, ya bechew ekufu ade ne hwe abeda ubedam Mahmoud Baumia about the show and wakoda ubedam, and this is non-negotiable. You would go to jail. Remember, this is not the time for us to be like this. You go to jail.
I was when in some Kevin tell us so they better to I had that social media and so I didn't have buja. Nabusa me kase. Obi adi atem. Obi aso fire na say ne politics ana. Both MPP and NDC will be a fire and watch a politics say na me de amane bona me de buy mama se me trouble will be an embom san e koso e wo MPP and Kevin Tellantem as usual as you know already abusi aye gusu adi nsem we echi bibi ba ye be san de be bom mo wonso wonya bi etie ye hwe aso say MPP ba be reply and as on meda di da call because of more opposition e has bibi ba de be bom me din at the cross and I abedum Ghana. Mr. Subscribe na like na share na try wadin for good comment section. Video who is saying bibi e kama abusia sumaika sini cross and I makram da for besa beto aso bi makram.